Yo, what's good? It's your boy Kurt, and today, man, we have another reaction, no? So, ngayong araw, man, mag-get like a casual talk again. No, we have What Nobody Understands About Ken of SB19. Let's go. I'm so excited na panoorin to, no? But yeah, by the way, nung kami nagkasabi sa inyo ba't hindi ako mag-live, no? Ilang beses na sa mga videos natin. I mean, I would love to, no? Pero feel like hindi ngayon kasi wala tayong mga gamit na pang live at the moment, no? Cellphone lang yung gamit natin ngayon, no? So parang ang hirap mag-live, ang hirap mag-live reaction at the moment, no? Pero in the future, no? Siguro after a few months, after a few months, no? Kasi ito na nga, kasi nagbabalak akong bumili ng bago laptop, no? But at the same time, may paparating kasi na laptop, no? So parang, how can you say this? I mean, parang sayang naman yung mabibili ko, tapos meron din darating, di ba? So yun na lang yung hintayin natin. But yeah, well, next time, no? But yeah, again, we have, What Nobody Understands About. Again, this is like a 5-part, no? Diba kasi lahat sila. Tapos like I said, now we have Ken Men. Let's go, man. Without further ado, let's get it. Ganito ba yung kay style din? Yung parang horror naman yung umpisa natin. Horror yung background music, no?
Sino ang pinaka-spoiled sa grupo?
Ito
Sino ang makakalimutan? Hindi mong patapos na, nagkamali pa siya.
Oo nga kasi diba, napansin ko nga rin yung sumayaw sila sa bench body of work. I mean, sabi niya 2 beses, 1 beses ko lang nakita eh. Pero, ayun nga, may nagkamali siya. Makakalimutin ng dance step.
Bakit na lang si Ken? Bakit si Ken? Bakit si Ken?
Please stop it.
Let's go, casual show.
Ken is, in my opinion, the most successful idol in P-pop history. Most fans see him as someone who's living the life most of us can.
Most successful P-pop idol. So, ano ba yan? In terms of, like, as an individual idol, mas popular ba si Ken? Ano ba? I mean, don't get me wrong, no? I mean, karamihan sa music ni Ken is gusto ko talaga, no? Again, sinabi ko na kasi nito sa mga sumama sa akin sa pag-react ng 7 Sins album niya, na again, isa yung sa mga pinakamagandang album na napakinggan ko, no? Pero doon ako ngayon ba ang dahilan dahil ba sa music niya or may mas marami pa siyang fans, ganun ba?
Only dream of. But in reality, there's a lot more going on behind all the glitz and glamour. So in today's video, we will reveal the challenges he had to go through just to get where he is today. From being a scrawny kid who only ate instant noodles on his birthdays to becoming the CEO of his own company. I know, Ken's story is like a definition of rags to riches. And the haters are not having it. He quickly became one of the most polarizing figures in the P-pop industry. But before we talk about all that, let's talk about his humble beginnings because it's straight up inspiring.
The intro, casual shock again. Bakit kay ano yun? Kay Ken yung ganung buhok, yung kulay pula. Parang nga parang sa Oragi, bagay sa kanya yung buhok yun. But yeah, I mean, siguro gusto sabihin nila yung casual shock. Kaya what nobody understands about Ken, no, is because yung sa ano nga niya, sa style niya, di ba, na parang maangas, parang mayabang. So, yun siguro, kaya misunderstood siya. So ngayon, parang papayta ni Casual dito kasi sila umpisa. kung sino talaga siya, ay ba? Intro music, man.
It all started in Pagadian, Zamboanga del Sur. This is the countryside where Felipe John Suson was raised. His mom wanted to name him Kenji, but his grandpa Felipe insisted to name him Philip. He was the youngest member of a
okay,
family
no?
that barely had
So doon nakuha yung Ken.
anything financially. They were very poor that instead of a cake on his birthday, all he gets is a plate of instant noodles. Life was so hard that having fried chicken was heaven for him, so it quickly became his all-time favorite. Because of this, both of his parents had to go overseas to find better paying jobs to support the
Oh,
education
okay, that
of
makes
Ken
sense.
and his
That makes sense, no? Kaya pala, nung nakaraan na video, di ba, parang nag-video call, yung papa niya is nasa Malaysia, which is, nabanggit nga ni Casual Chuck doon na matagal niya nang hindi nakakasama yung tatay niya since bata pa, kasi makes sense, kasi simula pa naman bata sila, naghihirap na sila, so syempre, magulang, gagawa ng paraan para makaranas yung anak nila ng kasarapan sa buhay, no? That makes sense. Yeah, ito yung dahilan, no? Bakit pinanood natin yung SB19 story muna ng mga episode, no? Kasi kung inuwan ako to bago yung SB19 episode sa story, I mean, this is not gonna make sense to me, no? So tutugtong na natin yung mga timeline. Let's go.
so it quickly became his all-time favorite. Because of this, both of his parents had to go overseas to find better paying jobs to support the education of Ken and his older sister. He had to be taken under the care of his grandparents. He then grew up in a church and his grandpa was the pastor. He was just a scrawny kid who likes mathematics and discovered drawing as his first talent. So he went on to become an editorial cartoonist in school. Family gatherings in the Philippines always require a karaoke machine, and Kent's extended family wasn't a stranger to that. He used to hide during these occasions because he was always asked to sing. I was told by some sources that Ken had a very good singing voice as a kid but lost his confidence when puberty hit because it gave him an ultra deep voice, which turned out to become one of his greatest assets in the
Turn out to be one of his greatest asset, no? Ngayon, I mean, isa yun sa mga dahilan ba't gusto ako si Ken, no?
future because of the dude named Pablo.
I've never thought na may mga tao talaga makapag-appreciate ng voice ko. Kasi hindi ako ganoon ka confident sa voice ko kasi yung range ko mababa lang tapos malalim yung boses ko. Ngayon, parang naging na-appreciate ko na yung boses ko dahil may mga tao na ka-appreciate na. Nice.
Anyway, his newfound love for music got him to learn his first musical instrument without anyone teaching him. So he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but later fixed it as he learned more. He was also active in sports, representing his school in regional tournaments. He played some table tennis and sepak takraw as a spiker. For those who don't know, this position requires exceptional skill.
What the fuck? Nung nakaraan, no, we learned that Ken is like physically athletic, di ba? Kaya sabi nga ni Casual Chuck, mahilig siya mag-basketball, pero I mean, sepak takraw kasi isa yun sa mga sport na require kang gamitin yung lahat ng puwersa mo sa katawan. Diba? I mean, same with basketball, pero sa sepak takraw kasi is yung movement ng katawan mo is a bit weird, no? There's a chance na may movement na pwedeng kang ma-strain, pwede kang magkaroon ng cramps, di ba? Unlike sa basketball na, I mean, kailangan pa ng puwersa, pero yung movement mo is hindi siya, paano masabihin ito? Hirap sabihin eh. Hindi siya kakaiba, di ba? You're running, dribbling, walang iba doon, no? Kumbaga, hindi ko sinasabing madali yung basketball, don't get me wrong, hindi lang ako magaling sa basketball eh. Pero what I'm saying is, sepak takraw kasi parang, alam mo yun, ang hirap sabihin eh. Basta, I guess yung gusto ko sabihin.
He was also active in sports, representing his school in regional tournaments. He played some table tennis and sepak takraw as a spiker. For those who don't know, this position requires exceptional skills to perform explosive jumps to block and spike the ball. The teacher saw this as a potential that can translate into good dancing, so he was offered to join the dance club for better grades. He was hesitant at first, but when he tried, you all know what happened next. Watching his early clips feels like he was born to dance.
Yep.
He was even hired by his school to choreograph some dance routines. He then moved to Cagayan de Oro to study architecture in college. He became a member of the dance crews called Excite, GA7, and Amigo 7. These last two crews were so good, in fact, Ken had a crewmate named Joshua who went on to become a member of a successful international idol group in the future called Z-Boys. They were beating everybody in the countryside, so there was no point in competing there anymore. It was time for the big leagues. They got invited to join major K-pop dance competitions.
Grabe, no? Sobrang na-conquer na nila yung parang yung mga local na contest, no? Wala na silang masalihan kasi lahat yun na-conquer na nila, no? So they have to go next level, no?
And this was the first time when Ken met other SB19 would-be members. Not as brothers, but as enemies. In one particular contest, Josh and Stel's crew defeated Ken's because they already had a GOAT status in the industry at the time. Ken accepted the
na natin yun, no? Nakwento ni Casual Chop na again, yung Seon, yung grupo nila is, grabe, no? Grabe yung impact dito sa eksena, kumbaga. Kaya sabi nga niya, may GOAT status na yung grupo nila kasi parang kailan sila sa pagiging magaling, no? So it makes sense.
feet gracefully and even asked to be trained by Josh, which actually surprised him because he thought Ken was a show-off.
Kinausap niya po ako eh. Sabi niya sa akin, Idol Josh, gano'n po tawag niya sa akin yun, Idol Josh. Pasali naman ako sa nyo, pa-training naman ako sa grupo nyo. Kahit sa gilid lang ako.
But because of their distance, the training together never
Makikita mo yung yung taong gusto talagang mag-improve and umangat, di ba? Nakalaban mo yun eh. Nakalaban mo sa grupo, di ba? Yung iba dun, naging sobrang taas ng pride. Pero pag gusto kang abutin, matuto kang magpababa. Paano ba sabihin sa Tagalog? Paano ba sabihin sa Tagalog yun? Magpababa. Magpakumbaba. Tama ba? Diba? Kasi hindi naman lahat nag-uumpisa ng magaling agad. Diba? So yun, no? Diba sabi pa nga niya, pwede ba akong i-practice kahit sa gilid lang siya. Right? No? Para mag-improve pa siya. Nice, man. Kita mo sa kanya na gusto niya yung ginagawa niya. Gusto niya maging magaling sa ginagawa niya.
ever happened. Ken then went home to continue his studies. Fast forward to 2017, he received a message from Josh. It was an invite to audition for the 5th member spot of SB19. But there's one problem.
So, nabanggit pa sa episode 1, right? Kasi ito na yung binubuo nila yung SB19 and we have, again, the 4 members, Justin, Stel, Pablo, and Josh, no? But they're missing something. Again, that special ingredients, the, ano ba tawag ito? Yung sa, ano tawag doon? Powerpuff Girl? Yung ano nung doktor, para mabuo yung Powerpuff Girl, yung, basta yun, yung secret ingredient.
Ken had no money, so Josh was like, no problem, I'll take care of it. Ken then told his
Yun pa, no? Yun pa, which is napakaganda ugali kay Josh. Kasi diba, dahil si Josh na sa hirap, so alam niya, no?
grandma about stopping school to pursue it, and she was very hesitant because she thought it was a scam.
Wait nga, ito. Napalik gusto kong sabihin, nakakalimutan ko palagi. Ano tong mga scene na to? Ito, tulad niya, no? Parang napaka-cinematic, parang umaarte siya. may mga gantong scene din eh. Like, basta may mga gantong scene sa ibang mga docu na pinanood natin, like Casual Jump, na parang silang umaarte. No, ano to? Gusto kong panoorin to. Ano to? Comment down below. Gusto kong panoorin to. Yung mga ganito. Ano ba yan? Part ba yan ng music video? Or may trailer ba?
And his parents overseas would have automatically said no. But Ken was so close to his grandma that he managed to convince her to go in secret. So our country boy took off to pursue his dreams.
Grandma.
He had nothing with him except his phone, his clothes, and a 1,500 peso pocket money. This time when he arrived at the airport, there was no crew. It was all him.
No, ito pa.
So
Like, ito yung scene na to. Napaka-cinematic. Parang movie.
imagine how that must have felt. Anyway, he took a taxi to SBT Talent Camp and of course, the driver scammed him. He had to pay 600 pesos for a supposedly 150 peso trip.
Oh my God.
What a ripoff. Anyway, he finally met Josh and the boys and started training with them for a year while crashing.
Yung 1.5 mo, no, nabukasan pa ng 6.50, no? Yun na nga lang yung pocket money mo, and bago ka lang sa, ano, wala kang, hindi ka talaga lumaki ng Manila, no? Alam mo yun, yung feeling na parang hindi ka taga doon, tapos kulang na kulang yung pera mo, men. Minsan nakaka-discourage na tumuloy kung mga ganong pakiramdam.
Into a distant relative's house to rest up. He slept on the floor, not with a comforter, but a banig. Because if he didn't, he would be homeless. Ken had no salary when he was still training, so he moonlighted as a small-time model to survive. Which is an experience that would play a big role in his future.
Yeah.
The dude was literally fighting.
Again, every experience is nagbubunga ng na parang naging training din niya na sa ano yung naabot niya ngayon, right? But during niya to, diba, during his training, wala siyang pera, diba? So, nag-modeling siya, right? Pero dahil nag-modeling na siya dati, nagagamit niya na ngayon. Kasi I mean, SB19, they have to, every time that na may camera, they have to look good, diba? Alam mo yung angulo mo, alam mo kung paano maglakad. I mean, again, that's part of their branding, di ba? Kung may camera or they have to, right? Marunong na siya, di ba? So, again, at least nagamit pa rin niya, di ba?
For his dreams every single day. So here comes 2018 when they finally debuted, and though it was a rocky start, they gradually progressed to become the greatest P-pop group God has ever created. If you want to know more about their story as a group, check out the SB19 story series I made. Linked down in the description.
Check out the SB19, I mean, what am I talking? No? Lahat kayo nanonood dito na parod yan to, most probably, no? Pinapanood nyo na lang ako, nasamahan nyo na ako sa journey ko eh. Pero yeah, I mean, kung hindi ko alam ba't andito ka, tapos hindi mo pa napapanood to, man. Panoorin mo muna to bago ka bumalik dito, kasi mas mag-make sense sa'yo yung mga mangyayari, no? Kung napanood mo to.
You can also join the highest tier of our channel's membership if you're interested to be credited as one of the executive producers. So how did Ken become the most polarizing P-pop idol? Like, how is he either obsessively loved by fans or obsessively hated by bashers? Well, he has this persona of a badass dude who doesn't give a shit. And if you combine that with one of the many accusations thrown at him, then they got themselves a new P-pop villain in the making. But there's one thing in common between all those issues. They lack evidence. There are a few exceptions though, but you can't say a person is arrogant just because he looks cool and badass.
Yeah, sure.
The dude is even a softie. He tends to cry in interviews and emotional moments.
I mean, come on. Yun yung gusto niyang pakita, no, in an artistic way, 'di ba? Alam mo yun, may gusto kong ipakita na persona sa pagiging artist eh. I mean, hindi mo pinipeke yung personalidad mo. Yun yung artist na ugali. Paano sabihin ito? Ayun yung personality mo as an artist, right? Like for example, let's say Eminem, right? Natingin mo ba si Eminem kung sa totoong buhay na lahat teatrantado niya, di ba? Pero again, that's his persona. Again, meron siyang Meron siyang Slim Shady, right? This persona, and then Eminem, right? At the same time, I mean, kahit yung paborito nilang, dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga paborito natin mga rapper na na alam mo yun, yung mga baguhan ngayon na puro ang topic no string attached na mga babae, at the same time itong mga baril, ito mga marijuana, di ba? Nagpapakita sila ng personality nila na ganun sila, they're living that life, even na hindi naman talaga, na meron silang baril. Pero alam naman sa Pilipinas na hindi naman ganun kadaling magkaroon ng ganung baril dito sa Pilipinas, no? And napakita na itong ganito, pero alam naman natin na meron siyang disclaimer sa umpisa, this is like a props, kasi alam naman natin hindi totoo. Kasi alam natin if they really living that life, man, most probably hinurin sila ng police kasi sa music video. Pero again, that's just, an artistic way to express yung gusto lang I mean, again, napakababaw na example noon para i-compare dun sa art ni Ken. Pero what I'm saying, it's the same, di ba? Gusto niyang ganun niya gusto i-express, di ba? Yung ganun yung tunog ng music niya. Alam mo naman na pakinggan natin like let's say like Envy, di ba? Oh shit! Tas mukha siyang let's say yung forma niya pang Kimidora, di ba? Like imagine Kimidora na boy version, tapos ganun yung kanta niya. Oh shit! Tas mukha siyang oh shit! Di ba? Ang pangit. Hindi bagay, man. So yun yung gusto kong sabihin. Dami kong kinuda.
But you can't say a person is arrogant just because he looks cool and badass.
Yeah.
The dude is even a softie. He tends to cry in interviews and emotional moments. His awkwardness as a kid is still there, and this TikTok clip says it all.
Me and you and me, just us and your friend Steve. Do 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 Steve. Do 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 do.
Ay, napanood pala ako na short nila, no? Alam ko ito saglit, dito dito, may kita nyo. Hindi ko nalalagay yung music kasi baka makapiright tayo but yeah, yung pinarang nila si Josh, I don't know, gagawa sila ng shorts or reels, sinasayaw nila yung dam. Tapos iba yung step nila. Makikita mo yung tsura ni Ken dito, tawa siya, di ba? Parang bakitang tuwa sila, naka-prank sila, no? And I mean, sasabihin ng mga hindi naman siya kilala talaga is mayabang, no? Pero hindi na alam kung nakilala talaga nila si Ken. I mean, hindi naman siya gano'n. I mean, that's how, just how he express yung pagiging artistic niya, no? Or yung art niya. Pero yeah, gusto ko nang share yun kasi nakatawa si Ken dito sa
His awkwardness as a kid is still there, and this TikTok clip says it all.
Me and you and me, just us and your friend Steve. Do 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 Steve.
Also, you can't just call a person lazy just because you've seen a few clips of him sleeping.
Ken. Too happy, man.
Steve, do 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 Steve. Do 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 Steve.
Pinilit niya yung bottled water na tumayo tsaka siya, di ba kasi talayasan pag gano'n, tatayo, tsaka mag-gano'n, di ba? Alam, sinalun niya tapos binabahan siya.
Also, you can't just call a person lazy just because you've seen a few clips of him sleeping. I mean, isn't it a result of him working too hard?
Yeah.
Being an idol and running your own clothing company at the same time is no joke.
Yeah.
The dude only used to draw this aspiration, but now he made it happen. He managed to build a company that sold out merch in just minutes. It's insane. It's even rumored that his company is now worth more than $1 million. Whether it's true or not, it put an even bigger target on his back. And
Here,
here,
pala, nabanggit na to, pero ano yung clothing niya? Anong pangalan ng clothing niya? Superior?
he managed to build a company that sold out merch in just minutes. It's at the same time, it's no joke. The dude only used to draw this aspect.
Superior Son. Superior Son. Kasi Suson.
inspiration, but now he made it happen. He managed to build a company that sold out merch in just minutes. It's insane. It's even rumored that his company is now worth more than $1 million. Whether it's true or not, it put an even bigger target on his back. And haters started coming up with even more ridiculous claims, like accusing him of copying 2 K-pop music videos just because they have a similar vibe. This was easily debunked though. If you want to check it out, I made a video about it, link down in the description. His main dancer position got also heavily criticized because of one single clip of him messing up.
Wala natin yan kasi again, sobrang dami ng music video na nagawa sa buong mundo, men. May isang scene do na panigurado nagawa na ng napakaraming music video. So, I mean, ang hirap sabihin na porket may ganitong scene yung music video nito, tapos nito is ginaya na, no? Depende lang kung yung konsepto mismo and everything about that music video ay ginaya talaga, yung masahe mong ginaya talaga. Pero kung may mga scene lang or may mga frame lang na parehas, I mean, come on, man, may papalawa natin yan. Don't get me started.
On live TV. It was unfair in my opinion because Ken has all
Alam yung professional yapper to, no? Kung napansin ko talaga na hindi naman talaga ginaya, men, na makakarinig kayo sa akin na mahabang yapping na naman, no?
has been consistent in his dance performances, yet the haters suddenly forgot about how good he really is.
Yep.
Ken never fired back. Or did he?
Haters on the way. Nagtatago kapag sa likod ng dami ang kampapay. Huwag mo mahiya, labas ka na sa lunggo. Patingin naman sa pagbaba ng hihilip pababa.
So why does the poultry still exist and are still growing in numbers after all the bashing? Well, it's because he doesn't only have the alluring personality, but he also has the capability to back it up.
Yep.
Scratch that. Capabilities. What's crazy about Ken is that he has already shown us enough talent like his exceptional dancing and singing that is enough to fulfill a main vocal role.
Saan darating mga salita na nanggagaling sa aming dalawa? Kung lumisan ka, wag naman sana.
Yung ni Justin, no, parang na-in love eh.
Saan darating
No.
mga salita na nanggagaling sa aming dalawa? Kung lumisan ka, wag naman sana. Ika'y lumapit na, di magkawala. Aking sinta, ikaw lang dahan
Yung falsetto,
ng
man.
mundo.
Di nyo ba alam kung gaano kahirap, no, kumanta and switching your voice from your normal voice papuntang falsetto? Man, napakahirap, totoo lang.
Yet he still has a lot of secrets. I'm telling you, man, this guy is a living anime character.
Yeah.
Have you heard of an idol who is also a CEO? A dancer who is known for his aerial flips but never tells us that he can also breakdance.
Hey, come on, man.
A singer who writes and co-produces his own songs. A musician that plays guitar, keyboard, drums, and can even beatbox. A fashion influencer. A man who plays sports like basketball, billiards, volleyball, badminton, table tennis, boxing, and sepak takraw with decent proficiency. A skater boy, an artist, a philanthropist, and most especially, a man of faith. I initially thought that the Superior Sound brand was all about him, but I was quickly proven wrong when I found this Bible verse underneath his Bulan CD. Hebrews 1:5-14. The entire passage is lengthy, but it all boils down to Christ being the superior of all beings. I mean, all of us have different religions. Some don't even have one. But I just respect people like him who stand firm behind their beliefs. As of today, Ken has established himself as an arguably the most successful P-pop idol and the richest among his co-members. And it's just the beginning. They're still on their way to introducing Filipino music to the world through the US as of the making of this video. And his group SB19 is the first one.
I mean, kailan ba to? Kailan ba to ginawa ni Kapo? Kapo, si that The date. Patingin ako the date. Oh no! Yeah, so most probably no medyo late na to or a few years ago because now I mean they're fucking international no. International na sila. Me from the future to casual Chuck in the past, man. Pre, international na sila.
Ever do it. So what have we learned about Ken's story? For me, it was his persistence and willingness to take risks. Have you ever noticed that sometimes it's your loved ones that said no to your aspirations? Because, they care about you.
Yeah.
They don't want you to fail and all that.
Sure.
Do you know how many people have had visions, ideas, and huge career moves that they were about to do, but they allowed the word no to stop them? For all I know, you might be one of those people. The difference with Ken is that he never gave the power to the word no. It was his own grandma who tried to stop him, but he continued. Yes, haters exist, but he didn't reject his own ideas just because they rejected his ideas. Haters hate because they feel small when your ideas start turning into reality. He once said in an interview that success is the best revenge, so he stopped killing them with kindness. To this day, Ken has been torturing them with success.
Yeah. Alright, well again, that's what nobody understands about Ken of SB19, di ba? Gusto ko ang linya na yun, no? Na, yung sinabi ni Casual Chuck doon na, so I stopped killing them with kindness, di ba? So may kasabihan nga na, kill them with kindness, no? Pero why? Again, mas masarap yung revenge, di ba? Pero at the same time, hindi yung revenge na physical, di ba? Mas masarap yung revenge kung nakita nila yung success ka, di ba? Don't kill them with kindness. Let them be a hater and torture them with your success, di ba? Nakikita nila continuously na nagsasuccess ka, men, para sila natotorture, no? Kaysa killing them with kindness. I mean, because again, the word killing means it already stopped there, right? Kasi they're dead, right? But why killing them if you can torture them with success? I don't know why I'm like trying to justify this shit, no? Pero I mean, it's a bit gory, no? Pero again, what I'm saying is not like a physical way, no? Pero yung, again, success, torture them with your success, right? Let them be a hater and watch your success, no? Again, sinasabi nga ni Eminem, you're hating, but you still click on it, diba? Every time I upload, you still click on it. You're hating, but you still click on it. Diba? I mean, hindi ko nakasalanan yun. Diba? Hindi ko nakasalanan yun. Diba? Kung ayaw mo, hindi mo pansinin. Diba? Huwag mong panoorin, but you still click on it. Diba? Diba? Sa sobrang dami kong fans na nagpa-success sa akin, diba? Dumagdag ka pa kasi you click on it. But yeah, that's a reaction for today, man. Sana gusto nyo, leave a like and subscribe. Kung gusto mong kasama yung artist, man, singer, rapper, song, just comment down below, man. We are going to react to it. And that's it for me today. See you on my next vid. Stay awesome. Peace.